of distance between them. And even then, if Rubik gets the Hoof Stomp, I think he's still happy with that. The only thing Rubik doesn't want is a double edge, because that makes no sense for him. And then a Viper. Hey, it's a wonderful world of Rubik right now. Because with the Rubik, you still Viper Strike every single time. Every single time. Oh, it's a wonderful day to be Rubik. A wonderful day to be Rubik. I hope EGM has fun on that hero. That's if he gets to play it, of course. Bulba was playing it in the last game. But that was also because it seems like EGM preferred to run... Okay, yeah, it'll be Bulba again. Because EGM preferred to play the SK, and EGM will prefer to play the Wisp in this matchup. But who does that mean they're buffing up? We've seen some weird, funky kind of combinations with Omni Knight Wisp recently. But you just go these big tanky style heroes and the Wisp keeps you alive through it all. You don't even need to have an Omni Knight with it. It's just someone that can help out a little. With the Wisp just able to buff up whoever they want to. In this matchup, because you already got a Bat Rider and a Razor, we assume it's offlane Bat Rider, it's mid-solo Razor, and then we just look for one safe lane hero. Or they go full-on aggro with this from Team Reno Tinkerino. Grab one hero that's able to just pummel anybody in. And need to do it from range, however. The Gyrocopter might be a nice selection. With the Rubik Telekinesis pickup, you could drag it back and then the Wisp buff up too. You could potentially run an aggro tri-lane with that, and then leave the Bat Rider up against the Centaur. Bat Rider's not really one of the greatest heroes, however, up against the Centaur. You just get a Stout Shield, a Ring of Protection, and a couple of cool consumables, and you're good to go in a Warlock pickup from Cloud9. So that answers the secondary support here of Cloud9. It gives even more survivability to the lanes, because Viper and Centaur are already pretty tanky as it is, but the ability to actually have just a Shadow Word cast neither of these heroes works a charm. And I highly doubt there's going to be an Aegis Prophet support. I highly doubt it's going to be an Aegis stick to your guns, Toby. I highly doubt there'll be an Aegis Prophet support because Aoi plays a wonderful Warlock, and two, like, the Warlock in the mid compared to what Prophet will pull out that mid, not as worth it. It'll be the pickup from Team Reno Tinkerino. Well, that's going to be some good survivability. With the Wisp combination too, Ember's fighting potential early on is going to be drastically increase. The only problem I'm going to have is what happens when C9 forced the issue early. You're running a safe lane Centaur, which means Eternal Envy should be finding a large amount of farm in order to get that very early Blink Dagger for himself. While your Bat Rider as well as your Skywrath, your Bat Rider is going to be zoned out by either the Skywrath Mage or the Warlock, or both. So I'm seeing a lot of problems coming the way here of Team Reno Tinkerino. Just as far as timing goes, if they can't reach it, we're going to be into that very big downward kind of spiral where Cloud9 just walk through with momentum. They'll take tower after tower, they'll then take Roshan, then they'll come back and take another tower, and then they'll look to high ground around the 30-minute mark. This is what their lineup is built to do, where you look at the Team Reno Tinkerino lineup, and it's more along the lines of, we just got to try and get a good early phase off. If that's going to be possible, then they should be okay. But they just need to get that early phase working for them. And that's where the Wisp and the Rubik come into play. They need to make space on the lanes. Now, Rubik's not that great at that until he hits level 3, because then you get your Telekinesis and your 2 points Fate Bolt. So then you got to give a certain amount of respect to the damage output that he deals. In this game, I'd actually like to see too the Ember Spirit go towards the safe lane. And that's mainly because it's just a better matchup for him. It should be, well, an Aegis Prophet off lane, but how are you supposed to really get a kill with a Razor? Like, the Telekinesis pick up to the drag back, okay, that's going to be nice, but you need a secondary lockdown. And that's where Searing Chains comes into play. And with a Poor Man's Shield, I'm fairly certain that is actually where he wants to head. Because that'll help him deal with an Aegis Prophet on the lane. And then EGM, well, he's actually going for a straight bottle rush. And that's where the lane doesn't really work as well. Because the bottle travel distance to the bottom lane is just a little bit too far. So Pikeout probably would do better. Just considering the duos, I just like the Ember Spirit going up against whoever's on that off lane. It could be a Centaur or it could be anyone else. Whoops! They missed the tether break there. They need to get rid of that tree line. I'm wondering if Bulb will hang around so EGM can go for another tether. They might be a little concerned about an aggressive movement from Cloud9. They only came in to drop one ward. They didn't come in too deep. The trees do the scouting anyway. That was a ping over on the Ember Spirit as well. So more than likely, they're just flagging the fact that the Ember Spirit did go a poor man's shield and has pooled consumables. So let's see our lanes. That's my mouse is struggling to move across my pad. It must be time for a new mouse mat. Oh, yeah, there's that break. It's not perfect though, because you kind of wanted to get rid of like this set of trees as well. Because without that, like doing the proper pull through is going to be difficult. But it's all about stacking and farming. So that's what this kind of turns into. It's going to be flame guard, ball attack, going into the creep wave. How's the blocks going? So Fader starts it off. Aui's hanging around. I think he just wants to be that initial harassment to make sure the bottle takes a little bit to come up for EGM. But as you can see, EGM, he went for it raw. So the bottle is already out. They can't control him on that. This is just the way he plays his Wisp. It makes it almost impossible to really properly win your mid lane, especially once they're able to do this mid lane pull. All he really requires is a range creep. So Centaurs to start with, and Alpha Wolves to start with. So we got nothing of what he's really searching for here. And he's going to be very, very annoyed at this, because that means he's pulling in the middle lane doesn't really work. Now, the Shadow Word from Aui. Looks like they're going to run a dual lane here in mid, as a way of dealing with Sing Sing. So just a little bit of Shadow Word spam. Be some Fatal Bonds later on, but Aui prefers Upheaval. Even just channeling Upheaval with the poison from Fader, that worked really nicely. Fader's focusing on his last hit, so he really is just here just to zone out Sing Sing. But it's the fact that Fader went Nether Toxin level 1 as opposed to Poison. I wanted to make sure every single hit counts. Well, up on top lane, Eternal Envy's going to get zoned out by Pycat. It's 0-0 up against a 6-3 at the moment. That's Envy's first last hit. 1 minute and 20 seconds into the game. Second one as well. Now the Pilot Eye came over to help him. But this is because you're pushing the Warlock in towards the lane. Now, the Orb harassment from Pilot Eye, it's only level 1 on the Arcane Orb, so it's not as bad. And Razor's just going to tank it up anyway. He's got stick charges. Unfortunately for him, when these orbs are thrown, they're so far out of range that he doesn't actually get any of the charges from it. And Aui is not letting up on Sing Sing. How's the stacks going? That should be a triple. Again, though, EGM can't find himself a range creep. Nope, still doesn't. Ah, he's got one. The Satyr Banisher. But getting your timing for that is going to be so difficult. He's looking for the attack from the Satyr Banisher. No, it never got his attack off. He's trying, though. He really, really is trying. He just needs a better creep than that. This pull is so dependent on the random generator for those camps. At least he knows that Sing Sing will be able to get some easy free farm later on. He's just going to try and farm up the Alpha Wolves instead, because he's also getting severely underleveled, because he hasn't been able to get himself a pull off. Now, Aui 2000 again here in the mid. He needs Sing Sing a little bit closer in if that upheaval's really going to go to work. Not to mention it's going to bankrupt him of almost all of his mana if he gives it a shot. That's 190 mana he has to commit for it out of a 377 pull. So you'd only have one more Shadow Word up your sleeve. Downside about a Warlock. Very expensive abilities. Oh, they're coming in for Koifa. Shadow Word, gonna go. Upheaval, he's got to try and slow him down right now, Aui, but he knows he's not in range to really make it work. However, Bone7 can just TP in front of him if he wants to. The Shadow Word is still ticking him down. This is the attempt for first blood into Firefly. Sprout from Bone7, he knew it wouldn't do anything here, because would have got instantly destroyed off. Now Bulba as well as EGM both rotate down to the bottom lane. As Aui and Bone7, they're going to retreat back out. Bat Rider, he will survive in the tree line. And there's no TP coming out from Bone7 just to try and snipe this out. So everyone goes back to their own little worlds. And we remain killless now, almost 4 minutes into the game. And Pycat, at least getting thrown out a little bit more as Eternal Envy now at 12 for 1, as far as the CS goes. This is going to be probably one of these games, considering the start, you might just have to instantly rush into a Blink Dagger. TP towards the lane, just get yourself a very, very quick kill. Speaking of quick kills, Bulba looking for a pickup on Bone7. They've already got 2 points of sticky napalm. make that 3 now. Bulba with no boots, so he can't instantly run out. Bone 7, but he got close enough. Almost. He can't get in range. Feybolt's available, and that will be first blood for going the way of Kuiper. But EGM and Kuiper, they had to go so deep for that. And EGM is just like, please cut a path to freedom. Out through the sides and far, far away. The tether down. It's the Warlock illusion searching for a kill. Not timeout, however.
Tower is under attack.
And where is this Prophet? Bone 7, he's looking for a snipe off. And he got it perfectly. He knew one hero would have to be sticking around. He had the Observe Ward a little bit deeper in. So there was only one of two options as far as the pass went. One was up this direction, and the other one was directly back through the lane. And, well, would you believe it? He guessed one, and TT went both ways. So no matter which way he guessed, then he was getting himself a kill. So even though Bone 7 gives away first blood on the bottom lane, it still works out for him, because he's able to get a revenge kill, and that gives him some really good levels as the offlaner. Downside is, though, Eternal Envy, okay, he's up there in the farm again, so that's okay. Ended up buying Tranquil Boot, so he didn't go straight Blink Dagger. But that's also very understandable. Now, Aoi 2000 is not really finding any kind of extra space here as a Warlock. He's still 2 for 1. But he's better than EGM right now. EGM's still got this triple stack sitting a little bit further down. But the trees from Nature's Prophet's going to come over and scout it out. And EGM, this is not the time he wanted to have this happen. He's trying to get rid of it, but he can't kill it off in time. Unless he commits his Spirit Balls, there's no way to do it. And because he's taken so long to bring down this little guy, the wave can't be stacked at the right time. And Aoi, he's waiting for a chance to strike, but there's an Observe Ward on the side here. There's no Sleight of Fist levels, so Sing Sing needs to move faster. Unfortunately for him, there's no boots. Now he will even swipe out a regeneration rune. Maybe not the greatest thing to do in the world while you're being chased by an Ember Spirit, especially when you got Kuiper coming in. They flame break him back, and now the tether on a different unit, but the Centaur ultimate is up and running. So Envy allowing the escape of the Warlock, not to mention this a very long duration rotation. And EGM now going to get Viper Striked up. He's got tether available, and you go all the way down to Kuiper in the lane, but he'll tick out. The Wrath of Nature, Bone 7 already has level 6. So bonus damage available to Cloud9 in order to get the kill, while Pycat try and chase down Eternal Envy. Dealing his points of damage, but unable to inflict it really into the Centaur, as he retreats back underneath his own tower. Now Aoi 2000 chasing down Sing Sing. Fader, no Viper Strike available at the moment, but the upheaval's going to slow him down a lot. Prophet also looking to TP in. Sing Sing into the trees. The Sprout will come up. Searing chain on top of Fader. Fader's going to need more help to get out this one. Bulba with a pickup and throwback. There's more help coming in, but Fader's already on the sideline. Aoi 2000 trying to battle, but it's Kuiper's firing the flames. Bulba actually surviving that one on 63 life points, and Bone 7 also. The seal's on Kuiper, so there's no flame break available, but they won't require it. They've already got the kill. A double kill for him, in fact, while Pylai die. He's out of mana, getting Spirit Balls across the face. But EGM keeps the tether up, and they will be able to escape out. So Pylai unable to get any kind of collateral kills for that extra dive. Bulba also positioning perfect inside the tree line. And punishing Cloud9 for being a little over-aggressive underneath the tower. And in the meantime, too, Team Arena Tinkerino, they do still have a Razor free farming top, but Envy's rapidly approaching this Blink Dagger. He's a little bit more time. Prophet is considering a TP on Pycat. Now Fader's going to find him. Viper Strike, he's not going to throw it. It just looks like, for now, Cloud9 go back to farming. The Wrath of Nature's back off cooldown again, and Bone 7's going to be go for the classic build. There's been some people that have been modifying the Nature's Prophet build with face boots, but he's going to keep up with the treads, the double null talisman, and then go into the blade mail. And this is his way of fighting. Now that triple stack was also, or should have been scouted out by the Trent, if Cloud9 were paying attention to it. Looks like one of the stacks was at least mopped up by EGM. Doesn't have relocate just yet. But they're trying to get these supports to level 6 Team Arena Tinkerino. That's why Bulba is soaking up the mid. EGM will come to help him out. And Fader and Aoi are also here, but Aoi is so underleveled. 3.5 levels on this guy. How's Skywrath doing? At least he's 5.5, so the Mystic Flare is going to be arriving for Cloud9 in a decent amount of time. That Warlock for me is just the primary concern. Aoi needs space. And for that, he kind of needs Fader to start rotating more. Center ulti. Goes on Pycat. Make sure he runs over the top of him first before he goes for the horse stomp and the double edge. And now with Razor down, Bone 7 with level 4 up in Treants. They'll push towards the tier 1 tower, while in middle lane looks like there was a lasso over on Fader. He's only got his buckler, but he just turns the ultimate into Bulba. He'll need one basic attack to kill up Bulba here. And he doesn't get it. So Bulba will TP himself back out to safety, while Cloud9, they'll force the top tower. So it ends up being core for core. Sing Sing's actually coming up. They've already used fortification. There's 2 heroes coming up the river. They want to defend this, or at least attempt a denial. Sing Sing's in pretty damn close. He's just running past the tower. Well, actually, no, he's going to stop. They're looking for the denial, and now he wants it. Upheaval is up, but both Pycat is there. Razor will deny it. Kuiper already with the flame break, trying to split him up. EGM getting sealed up. Pilot Eye still on level 6. Also, not enough mana for a Mystic Flare, even if he does trigger it for the moment. He's only got Arcane Orbs available. Bone 7, he's burning up at the moment inside that Firefly again from Kuiper. And Cloud9 have 2 heroes on the sideline. Again, that level 3 Warlock. Down for the count. Plasterfield on cooldown, but Kuiper giving all the vision they need. They see Empy. He's got Hawkstop available, but being steering chained up. The Plasterfield damaged, the tether away by EGM. He tries to stick with Kuiper, but Razor's already killed off the Centaur. And they'll bring down Fader as well. A double kill for Pycat. The only cost being the Wisp. And EGM accepts that fact. But Cloud9 almost getting wiped. They lost 4 heroes in that engagement. The only one to survive was, in fact, the Skywrath Mage. They still didn't enough mana to really do much. And the Viper Strike. This is what I'm talking about when you've got your hero like Rubik in this game. There's too many great abilities to steal, and every single time you will take Viper Strike. There's nothing the Viper can do about it. Now Envy, well, he's got Stampede. He'll look towards Pycat. Bulba, he's going to come back over again. He can't do anything. The killing spree will be ended. Aoi 2000 doesn't have level 8. Level 6, sorry. Well, it seems Batrider will go down. A relocate gank by Kuiper as well as EGM. Seems to pay dividends on the Nature's Prophet in the mid lane. Alright, so Eternal Envy. Finally, Blink Dagger has arrived. And now in 2000, they can give him the space to get his level 6, but look at Bulba instantly. He knows, like Aoi has made it very clear in a lot of interviews he's done also when he's been casting with me, basically just saying, I need to get my space. So sometimes I just say, guys, leave me alone and let me have my level 6. The problem for that is, most of his friends know that's exactly what he likes to do. Which means when he's up here by himself, they pounce, and they pounce hard. They keep him off level 6. And then capitalize. Push the top tier 1 tower. It's already pretty low as it is. So Kuiper steals the Illusion Rune, the Invis Rune, and then the Illusion Rune is taken by the Skywrath Mages that spawns at 12 minutes. Everybody gets a rune. Right, 16's going to defend the middle lane. Spirit's up, looking for the Searing Chain, gets it on Bone 7. The seal's not fast enough. That nice Mystic Flare, however, combining up with the Hookstop and Double Edge will bring down Sing Sing. There's an Earn Charge over on Bone 7. The Flame Break would reach him, bringing him down. Didn't actually stop, however, the channeling of Aoi 2000, which means Bulba could not escape, and EGM's in almost the same kettle of fish. He'll tick out at the moment with the orb attack damage coming in, but it's Fated Viper Strike. They was able to hold him in position, and Pycat, well, he brings down Skywrath Mage. Kuiper's the man with the double kill, however. Going to deny the mid tower, while Pycat's keeping on the battle on the Fader. The tether will come, which slows down Fader too, with the Eye of the Storm from Pycat. Wisp will take the kill, and they find Aoi 2000. Kuiper jumps himself in, Flame Break just pops him. 5 heroes lost for Cloud9. And Team Reno Tinkerino, the momentum has definitely shifted their way. Both gold and experience hitting up high for Cloud9, for Team Reno Tinkerino. And Cloud9 will start losing towers as well. When you think about it, that gold advantage is 800 the way of TT. And that's with a 2-tower deficit at the moment. These guys are getting everywhere. It's also a very over-aggressive TP coming in from Prophet. Like, I can understand the desire to push out the lanes, but the bottom lane is going to be the most obvious target for Team Reno Tinkerino. Maybe the reason too why you try to push it out and TP in so aggressively. Because the tier 1 tower is the bottom lane, so the last tier 1 tower, the Team Reno Tinkerino really haven't damaged properly. Like, it's already at half-life. The mid tower is going to go down anyway. It's 1 point above denial, so it will be going down. And Cloud9 won't accept this. They go in, they take Roshan. We got more help coming in. That's a Medallion of Courage for Aoi 2000. And this will speed up the process. -4 on the armor finally. With an army of treants and everything else now. Team Arena Tinkerino either will be assuming that the C9 is smoke ganking or they're doing this. For the second they realize Roshan's down, they know their positioning. But they got time for Bulba to farm up on the top lane. Koipa's giving it some nice momentum too. So Cloud9 will have to send somebody up here to deal with this lane in a moment. While Fader, well, that tower's within deny range now, and with the double damage Rudish, you have no problem doing that. Nembi looking for the blink, he'll go on Blanket, slows him down to start with. The Hawk Stomp's on by Bulba, he's got no way in, especially with the Warlock on, but this big searing chain. Sing, perfect positioning. The Spirits will fly towards the high ground. Fader's going to burn down as well. At least there's a seal on him, so Sing can't keep battling. He's out of the Flame Guard, trying to be kept alive by EGM, but the man with the balls gets the double kill. Now Koipa, wow, Pilot Eye. He might be able to get some good revenge kills here. With an extra steal, however, he's in the Firefly. Not to mention the earned damage is doing too much in Koipa. He can't outrun the orb. He's blinking himself down. Now EGM, the heal, he's got enough life points. He'll survive. Running himself away. He dove in pretty damn deep for that one. But the mid tower finally goes down. Somehow it actually didn't get denied. Through all of that, it sat like 80 life points for the entire time, and it still didn't get denied. There's now Pycat. Full drums, Sunj. So you're actually going to go for another SMY build for him. Maybe he's being a bit more of an advocate for the SNY. As far as his heroes go tonight, he did on the Troll Warlord, now he's going to do it over on the Razor. Considering most Razors would go with the stock standard build, which is more like Aghanim Scepter and BKB. The drums are still worked in there, but you don't really go for much more than that. I think he's looking at this lineup, realizing that Viper probably will never get himself to a BKB. Or at least not anytime soon. Actually, no, that doesn't even really matter for this one. It's just high movement speed, it's high strength, it lets him fight for now. If it's nagging himself to breach high ground, he can get that in the late game. Right now for Team Arena Tinkerino, holding their advantage is more important, and for Pycat to do that, he needs these tier 2 items, which can almost double his tier 3s. So, maybe that's his reasoning behind, at least that'll be what I would take out from it. Bulba still needs to find a little bit more space to get his own Blink Dagger up. But EGM, this guy was trying. He's getting closer and closer towards this mech. He started building into his treads at one point, but I think that's just so he's capable of surviving. Without the life point barrier too, it's very difficult to keep that regeneration coming in. I say barrier like life pool. It's very difficult to always keep that regeneration coming in, but when they keep getting more kills like this, Team Arena Tinkerino have no real problems because they keep getting earn charges over on this Wisp. And that's primarily what he was using to keep the rest of his teammates alive during that last game. Last fight, sorry. Not to mention its aggressive purposes. Alright, so we're good to go as Bulba's back into the game. No mucking around in this matchup, as we've already had 35 kills in 15 minutes. Not too shabby at all from these two teams. Keeping some entertaining Dota coming our way. Oh, there's your smoke now coming out from Envy and Pilot Eye. So they'll look for an opening on bottom lane. And Pycat's going to show himself quite nicely, but Sing and EGM are right behind him. So if Cloud9 do initiate, they're going to have a very, very rude surprise unless they can get themselves a very quick seal. Pycat, he'll break it. Hulk Stomp down, but the in comes the support. The Mystic Flare will go, but the tether is in there from EGM, buffing up Pycat, and Sing just pounces on Matt Damon. Eternal Envy will TP himself out in the fog of war, and so will Nature's Prophet. As quickly as Bone 7 could, he bailed out. He bails out right underneath an Observer Ward up on top lane. So even though he's holding back and you might think he's out of vision of the Radiant Creep Wave, he's most definitely not. And Cloud9 know this. So they just push the bottom lane out. And with the death of this tower, even just one creep kill for EGM, there's your mech. Teamfight just became even scarier for Cloud9 now. As Team Arena Tinkerino are going to have the Tether Burst Heal coming into different targets, not to mention the AoE Burst Heal anyway. Bulbasaur a little bit off having his Blink Dagger, but maybe in this game a 4-star is going to be a better choice. Blink Dagger is kind of what he wants though, because he needs to be able to get himself in position. I know I talked about this before when we were in the draft. Talked about how easy it is for Rubik in this game to steal so many great abilities, as in you always get it off Viper. But the primary one he's looking for when the team fight begins is the Stampede. And you're not going to get that by just force-staffing yourself in closer. You need that instant jump, and that's what you're going to get out of your Blink Dagger. So fairly certain that's what Bulba is saving up for and the reason why he's doing it. So Cloud9, 5-man smoke up. They'll come for their opening. They need to get some momentum back in this game. They do not have it at all right now. They need a core hero kill off, and then time to farm up. Potentially also, well, Roshan's a long way away off. If they can just keep farming, Roshan's will be wonderful for him. Now, Pilot Eye, the smoke's going to break. He puts down the Observer Ward. And both teams will end up picking out the fact that smoke was used. Okay, Envy. I'm guessing that was... Oh, yeah, he just grabbed it. There's no bottle inside the Centaur at the moment. There's no way for him to really fight it out. Now, does Team Arena Tinkerina want to fight here? They still don't have any real big items over on this Ember Spirit. Coinfer is his Blink 4 staff as well as an Ogre Club. Getting actually quite close to his BKB. And looks like Bulba did spend his money. And we got Arcane Boots over on the Rubik. As well as just Magic Wand. Yeah. It's like Bulba's going to try and be a man of the people for the people. Considering the Wisp isn't picking up Arcane Boots, somebody had to for the team. Yeah, there's your Mithril Hammer. Need a little bit more space, Koi, to keep this farm coming his way. While Pycat, farm time in the mid lane. Up towards the top, Sing Sing. Also trying to do the same kind of thing. The Battle Fury a long way off. Envy coming in close, going to realize the creeps are only freshly dead as well. Their corpses hadn't even sunk into the ground yet. Means like, yo guys, pretty sure they're here. At the same time, C9 are going to start to lose vision of all of this. The Battle Rider on a de-warding mission. Takes out the Observer Ward at the bottom. Now, is there actually any vision for the dire side across the map right now? Apart from what this one treant is doing, they actually don't have a single Observer Ward on the map. I don't know if they got anything in their stock. No, just sentries. Ah, yeah, Observer Ward's Pilot Eye. Look a little further to the right. But he's only got one. And they're still on cooldown for another 2.5 minutes. This is not great for C9. So they're blind across the map. And Nature's Prophet doesn't know where to TP out then. Like, he's got to hold back at these Ancients or in his own jungle. But the rest of his jungle is currently being farmed up by the rest of his team. So, he can't really do that. Alright, so Pycat's moving north, point booster, so we will be seeing the S and Y into the Ags. So he still wants to have that big power during the team fight. Now he's running, drum charge, plaster field damage with the relocate spirits up, Envy! Oh wow, great chasing. Great chasing. These guys will win a Groundhound race. That's a Greyhound, not a ground. What the hell is that? Groundhog? Rah! Better than a chipmunk. Did I just seriously reference that? I wonder if anybody, I don't think anybody is actually old enough to understand that reference. Like, at all. I don't think there's a single person in this entire live stream viewership base that understands what the hell I just referenced. If you do, tweet me at Toby1Dota. I would be really interested to know if you actually got it. Alright. Tier 2 tower on the top lane. Look to be a focus now of Team Arena Tinkerino. EGM's already on his way up. And they're coming over. They already found one, but then again, Eternal Envy. Unable to be lassoed and dragged back. Coinfer also not overextending himself to pick it up. He could have potentially forced up to the high ground, then just gone for the drag. And the Tier 2 tower's being defended for the moment. Aui's on the way up. He does have his Warlock Golems available. Only seen that drop once so far. And there's your jump in. Orb Stomp on EGM as well as Pycat. Mystic Flare as well. EGM, he got the Mech Charge off, which means they'll survive through the initial part of it with that upheaval. They just can't move. Bulba trying to reach him in time. Steals upheaval of his own, but there's a Rock Golem right behind him. Ateliki's pickup. Now Sing Sing will come in. They bring down Aoi 2000. Envy being dragged back by his hind legs by Coinfer inside the BKB immunity. And Bulba's wanting to come in deep, but the upheaval now from Bulba, but Pycat, he's standing in the front lines, and Eternal Envy's right behind him. He's the man to kill off Bulba with a jump down by Bone 7 with the Blink Dagger. Pycat trying to battle him up. No one charge is available. Almost enough damage to bring down the Nature's Prophet. While Sing Sing bailing out. TP out. He's got his Spirit available. Wolf Stomp too late from Envy. He'll regenerate up quickly, and he might consider coming back in for this. I say might. Regeneration! It would be dangerous to do so. But left a Spirit just in case. But 29-14 now on the board. Cloud9 trying to hold on even terms. And they're hitting about 10,000 still the net worth advantage going the way of Team Reno, Tinkerino. And 11,000 as far as the experience earned. And again, they're getting deboarded up. The vision battle just belongs to Team Reno, Tinkerino. It's this gem which is working overtime. I need to fly up to clean up this one, but like, what are you really seeing with this observer ward? You got a tree inside the pit already, and your limited vision is kind of cutting across here. So you'll notice when someone rotates up past the Ancients, but that's all. No, it wasn't Groundhog Day. It wasn't Groundhog Day. It was not Groundhog Day. That's why I was just like, nope. It's gonna be maybe I'll tweet people out later what the hell it actually was. Well, Pycat back into farming zone. Gonna look for that extra 1,000 gold now required to finish up his Aghanim Scepter. Now these fights are gonna get a little bit more complicated for Cloud9 again. But what are their key items arriving? Like Centaur, building into, well, I'm kind of hoping this isn't gonna be a Blade Meld. Because it's feeling a little too late for a Blade Meld. And Razor, like he's walking around even before he's got his Aghanim Scepter up and running with 2,100 life points. Oh, hello middle lane. Kuiper, forced up. The relocate's coming in. It's going to hold part of the eye there, so Pycat can go boom, boom, boom. All over his scalp. Fate has also been pinged out in the middle lane. That's EGM saying, come on boys, we can get him. Let's just go and get him. That ain't going to work. And again, no observer ward from the dire side may survive this map. Kuiper, whoops. Forced up 1 second. Pushes up the hill instead. While inside of the Roche pit, Pycat. Oh, this is so dangerous. But they're not seeing it. They don't know it. They're coming down because they're looking for Eternal Envy in the tree line. Oh man, they were so close to Bone 70s. He's going for Roshan. He blinks himself up. Maybe he's a little scared about this. He's run out of trees. He can't summon more right now, not with his current mana pool. He needs 260 to make it work. He needs more. Buy a Void Stone, sell a Void Stone. Okay, maybe that's the way you do it. Don't have to use Sprout, you summon from the tree lines up here. And then it pushes down inside the pit. And they go again, and now he's staying close enough he can trick the medallion charges. Now Envy finally comes to help, and it is a Blade Melt. 25 minutes in. Alright, so Aegis the Immortal is down. They've won into the hands of Feus, they're just babysitting it for now. And Warlock with the Blink Dagger. The favorite item of Aoi, even before he buys up Arcane Boots, he knows dropping that rock and getting him as the initiator, because the range of initiation is just so huge. Now you get a Warlock sitting here, you jump to here, and then you're able to initiate here. And that's a nice big AoE stun area. Not to mention then you get in a good position for your upheaval. And that's just a nice way he likes to do it. But he will have to one day buy these Arcane Boots for the rest of his team. Because I don't think anyone's actually... they got Arcane Boots from Pilot Eye. That may actually just be enough. So then Intel trades to the Warlock. Because his base damage actually really isn't that bad. So turning him into like a semi-right click is not a bad choice. It wasn't Caddyshack. It was actually a musical, which is why I don't think anyone like would even get it, because it's an old school musical, is what I referenced. I don't even know why my brain thought about that. Well, we got a Centaur ulti going. He's trying to escape from Pycat. Blink Dagger's on cooldown for the moment. Now Fader will TP him. And then Viper Strike into Pycat. They could turn this one. Wolf Stomp, double edge. That ulti though from Pycat, especially with the relocate in. The Meg Charge will hit Pycat in time. He does still go down. The Blade Mail actually did its work. At EGM, he'll drop two. Sing Sing bounces in and out of spirits. Has to drop a secondary one to get himself further away. But Aoi dropping the rock for that one. Ends up being a 2-for-1 trade-off. And just to put everyone out of their misery, it's how to succeed in business without really trying. No one's old enough for that. Like, that was done back when, like, color was new. Okay, maybe it wasn't that old. But it was old. And LCD was, like... That was the latest technology. Yeah, even then. No, CRTs was the best. CRTs were the best. God, stop sounding like an old fart, Toby. Back into the modern world, where we're here playing some Dota with the young'uns. 28 minutes in, 31-16. Team Arena Tinkerino, they thought they had this in the bag, but Cloud9 are making them think twice about it. They're trying to use their better mobility in order to catch Cloud9 out of position. But then again, Cloud9, they've both got great maneuverability, because Eternal Envy is just running around with this Stampede level 2 now. And you got Bone7 who can TP anywhere across the map, so that's a nice ability. The other heroes are a little bit slower, but that's why you get the Blink Dagger over on AOE 2000. But to still go up against an Ember Spirit, a Bat Rider, as well as a Wisp, that's a tall ask. And as Pycat's getting bigger and bigger too, what's coming out is the O-Club, so he's starting up into his BKB now. But that pushes his life points up to 2.5k. It's a lot of life points to get through. Fader gonna get spotted. Blink, lasso. Prophet's gonna TP in as well. Bone7 can't do anything about it. Blink Dagger put on cooldown because he went to the fire and the flames. Now Fader being flame breaks back down again. Envy gonna jump himself in. Hawk Stomp and the Mystic Flare. Pycat, the Meg Charge, almost keeping him alive with the amount of damage Cloud9 pumped out. They should be lucky for that, but the upheaval affecting all four heroes. Bulba getting beaten down by Pardai over on the side. Now the Viper Strike into EGM. Cloud9, they caught Team Tinker with their pants down and actually upheavaled them all. Triple kill for Fader. They turned on the Blink Blink Dazzle Dazzle of the Disco Disco. The Mjolnir effect of Bone7. And Fader just stood his ground. He triggered his own mech. And Cloud9, I thought the second they blew almost every nuke they had on the Razor and only just managed to kill him off, I thought, okay, this fight's going to go downhill, and it's going to go downhill very, very quickly. The C9 stood their ground, and they showed they got enough to tank it up. Koiva's going to defend the top lane. Prophet Ollie is not going to make it easy for him, however. But Cloud9 get a little bit of control back again with a great team fight in the mid. And most of it comes down to this guy. That upheaval catching 4 heroes out. The Skywrath Mage was able to get like 3 orb attacks, just flying it into Bulba. And this is a guy who's actually got 2 points up in Null Field. Not really the most, like, a stable hero in the world. Are they going to ulti again? Is it just... It's Fader on the run from the relocate. Bulba got the pickup though. The Blink Deck is going to be there. Envy, Blink it. Hawk Stomp, double edge as well. But the damage, it might just be too much. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. But the support coming in, upheaval will be cast by AOE 2000, but the relocate time is over, so the fun will end here. And Envy goes back to his farming. He desperately tried to save Fader then. What a 1-for-1 trade-off, it could have been worse. It's actually really surprising how much that Blade Mail is doing. At least the Battle Fury is now up for the Ember Spirit with another 2,000 gold up his sleeve. But it's going to take some time. He can at least buy his Chrysalis with that. Could just sell the Poor Man's Shield and pick up the Chrysalis. Because right now the Poor Man's Shield's kind of like, well, useless 31 minutes into a game. Razor will get the kill on the mid tower, 1,600 gold now. They're just sitting about, well, actually a little bit more than that, sitting about 1,300 away, 1,200 away from having his BKB. EGM wants an up the top tower. That's going to help Cloud9 a little bit, just more map control more than anything else. And that's exactly what Bone7 required. This Blink Dagger, Maelstrom now in the Scythe Device build. It's all about finally getting some space. I think they gave up on the warding. There's one observer ward outside their base, which is this little sucker in the mid. But they really did just stop trying to D-ward up against Koifa. Koifa right now, like, he bought this gem and you'd be like, oh, maybe the gem's change hands. He's 8-0-10 over on this Bat Rider. The guy that puts himself in the biggest amount of peril still has not died in this entire game yet. That's quite impressive. At the same time, like, Razor's got a lot of kills, but he's also got 6 deaths to his name. Pycat really needs that BKB. Really needs that BKB. At the same time, is that really going to be enough? At least let you break free of upheaval, but if he gets Viper Strike before that, it just flags to you the target the Fader will focus on. And he's already running around with an Aghanim Scepter, so he doesn't have to get too like too, well, frigid about what he throws out. He can be touching everybody with that ultimate if he wants to. The cooldown time is really, really low. They're picking up Fader on the bottom lane. They want to get the kill. Pycat as well as EGM are making their way up, but it will be a trap. Aui's already waiting. He's got a level 2 rock to drop. But the support's moving over under the cover of smoke. And we'll see if Cloud9 really want to defend their tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Because Pycat currently is doing the solo push. The BKB is up. A new fresh Vladimir's has now just been purchased as well for the Centaur. Racking up those armor points. Coin for the smoke's broken on him. He came a little bit too close towards the tower. They'll just leave an observer ward behind. They'll take the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. And Cloud9 make the right choice. Trying to fight that one right then could have just bit them in the ass. So they decided to go with... Wait, what? Oh, Bone 7. He didn't have vision of that. There's not a single... How the hell did he know? Like, Mr. Shitty Wizard was just flying over a tree line. Unless he came down there to do some warning, but he didn't bring any wards with him. Okay, there was no creep wave near that at all. Okay, just guesstimation is a wonderful, wonderful thing for Ray Nature's Prophet right now. And now he's going to try and go for a trade-off too. Push the top lane, they have Wrath of Nature, so they can try and keep the rest of Team Reno Tinkerino out of their bottom lane. Yeah, they've lost their creep wave, and the push is coming in, and the TP's already coming back. But it's Sing Sing. This is the guy that just leaves the spirit behind so they can keep their push going, while Eternal Envy going on a bit of a mission around the side. Now, he's only got smoke. The smoke will break. So they know, well, at least he knows they're there. But that would have been pretty obvious they'll be there anyway. Oh, Blink Kuiper. He got him. Dragging him back. And now with the flame break and the target's pick up, and there it is from Bulba. That's what he wanted to steal. That's why the Blink Dagger was there. Grabbed him halfway through the escaping Stampede. And now there is a very easy way for Team Reno Tinkerino to get in and up as the high ground. And this will be a very rough defense for Cloud9. They do not have their Centaur for 45 seconds. Not enough money for buyback. The upheaval will slow the creep wave down, but you got Nag and himself to Pycat walking his way in with a BKB available. Looking, well, the orb harassment comes out from Pilot Eye, and look at Pycat. He ain't stopping for anybody. Close to Bone 7. He doesn't have Aegis Immortal. Triggers the BKB. Now the Slider Fist steering chain, catching 2 heroes from Cloud9 out. The jump in from Coin, but the rocks dropped down by Aoi, and then stolen by Bulba. Bone 7 will find some extra space, however, to dish the damage out, and these rocks will not survive. Cloud9 will force it back out again. Not to mention up on top lane, the Treant army is again forcing towards the tier 3 towers. They're TPing out here to try and deal with this. As Cloud9 get more farm into the Viper. The Butterfly is now up and running for Fader. Roshan is also respawning in a couple of moments. So count them, 1, 2, and then, well, moment. As the Treant army is coming in, but the Wisp will come to scout it out. So EGM keeps the vision of what Cloud9 want. And that's the Aegis Immortal and Cheese for this Roshan. But with no rock available here for Aoi 2000, they'll be very, very concerned about trying to take a team fight. They need to win on the split push still. Bone 7 does not have enough money for his Scythe of Ice. Ended up having to use buyback in order for Cloud9 to defend that bottom lane push before. And they need to make sure they keep the lanes out and pushed. Because without that, Team Reno Tinkerino can just come over and contest him. But if Cloud9 can force Team Reno to go into a trade-off, that's a whole different kettle of fish. And that's where Bone 7's going to work hard. Lasso, they're so far away. The relocate's on the way in, however, and that'll be EGM as well as Pycat. Well, what was so far away comes to be very, very close, very, very quickly. And they're going to back themselves up now with a relocate. But this only takes them towards the mid lane. And this is the perfect time to push. Team Reno Tinkerino can just push up the middle lane and then rotate in through the bottom. The range Rex is already at half of its life points. And if Cloud9 want to try and get a trade-off here, they'll have to push them to the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. And, well, what do you want? A Rax or a tier 2 tower? I'll take the Rax any day. But they're coming high ground. Pycat will trigger the ultimate. They're hitting the tier 3 tower at the moment while Kuiper looks to the bottom Rax. He's looking to actually catch off any kind of, like, heroes coming back. I mean, Pylai dies the first one he gets to see. The BKB's available. We'll start with Hex. Flame Ring to push him back down again. Envy, hooked on double edge. Bulba, well, he'll trigger off the ultimate, but so will Envy. And then with the upheaval, slowing him down again. But Envy, he's still stuck here in the middle of a tethered Kuiper. And Pycat will trigger his BKB. That ultimate, huge amount of damage to flying creatures. And now with also the Medallion. Well, whatever slow you can find against Aoi. Fader trying to battle it up. The fortification's not available. They'll bring down the range racks. The buyback came up from the Skywrath Mage. So concussive shot, they need the seal over on Sing Sing. Mystic Flare still on cooldown. Sing Sing triggering his own BKB. But the range racks, it's 15 life points for the moment. Someone just wants to come in there and just tap it. Sing. Oh, look at it. It's like, I could just walk up there. But he has no BKB available. And now with the Prophet Oddly to go, they're looking for the target, and they won't find it. So Cloud9 for now hold on to their Raxus. So low. 15 points of damage. All you need. It's one attack from Kuiper. Just the blink in attack has gone. Backdoor regen won't even have time to tick in. Kuiper will start the split push instead. And they're coming down a long way. That's their dire observer ward. They still keep walking over this Radiant observer ward. I still can't believe Kuiper hasn't died yet. 11-0-11 on this guy. It can't really get much better. And Cloud9, how quick can you be? They'll try and have a crack. And now, well, nice little Sprato from Pycat. They're keeping him out of the fight, and then with a rock into the upheaval. A lot of damage coming to EGM, but he gets the Meg charge off while you're still tethered up. The Skywrath's already on the sidelines. Phone 7, he just wants to get rid of this damn Wisp. Kuiper's going to be in here as well, but the Hex will be over from him. Aegis more triggered over on the right, but Phone 7 being dragged back and lassoed by Kuiper. EGM will keep battling it up, and with the 3 euros down for Cloud9. This might be it in the moment unless Envy and Fader can do some serious lifting right now. Envy, he's still burning down. He's got double edge available, but Sing Sing in the BKB. Protected for a while, but Fader does get a triple kill. Kuiper's looking at him. It's 2-on-1 right now. They keep him napalmed up. Fader, he can't even turn. He can't even TP. He has the observe wall that's looking and seeing Kuiper. 6 napalm stacks. They're just gunking him up at the moment. 7 napalm stacks. In comes the Wisp as well. Tethering himself up. 8 napalm stacks. And then the Hex to go. Coming close. Firefly. And man, they made him so sticky and covered in jello that he just burned. 43-27 on the board. 40 minutes in, and Cloud9, they've desperately tried to defend. The range ranks, however, they couldn't stop from going down. It was 15 life points on the range ranks that won't regenerate. But maybe now with the buyback, Viper's coming back in again. They do bring down the melee racks. Upheaval, slowing them down. Fader outside the base. He TP'd in, but there's a relocate. EGM doesn't have any friends he can bring back with him, however. And the creep wave. It's going to be too far away. It's too far away for the time when he comes back in again. So, welcome back to the world of the living. Wait. Shadowblade! EGM bought a Shadowblade before he came back! They can't see him! You can't even see the change of effect on a Wisp when he uses the Shadowblade! He's a ball of puff! That's all it really is! Oh, what a way to escape! And what a way where you don't think it's like... You don't think that would happen. You don't bring Sentry Wards to go, yeah, Wisp will just buy a Shadowblade at the time. That's not something you consider. But EGM, the slippery little sucker, escapes from almost certain death. Now Kuiper, he's on the hunt. He has a haste rune and he's not afraid to use it. He sees Fader. It'll be a long drag back as well. And the BKB's only down to 4 seconds, however, so he's going to be careful about that. But this range tracks, EGM will just realize just how low it is and pick it off. The creep wave was already up. And the Eye of the Storm from Pycat, it's the Skadi Razor. They do not have enough damage to get through that. He has got too much power. 3.7k in the net worth. Now the Skadi effect going into Pylai Die. They'll drop the Mystic Flare, but EGM is also buffing him up. Now the rock to drop. Sleight of Fist and Searing Chain was almost enough from Sync's going to keep him out, but they're being a little bit more cautious with Pycat. He got Mystic Flare up, now Aoi. He blinked himself in for that one. Eternal Lamper, he's trying to bring down Sing, but protection is just too big for Sing. Flame Guard doing its work now with the steering chains, holding the Golem back. He's still inside the Firefly at the moment, but it won't matter. Koifu with a double kill, and I think this is over now. He's running himself away. Aoi just wants one last one, but he can't get it. It's a triple kill for Pycat, and there is the GG call. Cloud9 desperately try and defend it, but Team Areno Tinkerino will take a 2-0 victory over Cloud9 in the D2CL this evening. It was our one and only game rescheduled for this evening, but we have more action coming up tomorrow night, when Cloud9 will try and continue their campaign. That was actually their first game here in the D2CL, and by going 2-0, they skyrocket themselves up into the 4th position. Of course, the European division has a lot more chances now for teams to qualify themselves through, because China was also cancelled. So we have the #1 team from the group stage goes directly to DreamHack Bucharest. Right now, that looks to be Team Empire and potentially Cloud9. And Fnatic could also challenge them for that kind of position. As far as the other teams go, they must get into the 2nd to 5th position, where they'll go into a elimination bracket. And we'll see who gets to come out on top of that one. Only 2 teams will get selected from that one. So you must get yourself, however, into the top 5 in order to do something. 3 teams to be eliminated from this group stage. We've got more action coming up tomorrow night. Cloud9